everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Trang and today I want to share with you guys something very personal. It is my immigrant journey in the US. I came here as an international student with F1 visa and now I'm a legal worker who stay in the US with H1B visa. This has been a very long journey and of course a lot of ups and downs. I come here to the state knowing no one before I arrive. I have no family relative, I have no friend come to the same school as me, and sometimes I wish that I have someone who have experienced all these process. So I want to share with you guys what I have learned through the process, and hopefully it can encourage anyone who will have to been through the same process or who have been through the same process. So let's begin. So choosing the right major here is not about what other people tell you wrong or right, but it's more about consider carefully with all the options you have, because your major will decide how many years you have after graduating to legally work here with OPT. So OPT is optical practical training for international students who graduate in the US. And for example, for more soft skill major like marketing, advertising, business, you only have 1 year to stay here and legally work here. But if you're a STEAM major like computer science, engineering, you have 4 years to stay here. So that's a big difference that you should consider to pick and choose your major. You also should take advantage from US education that led you to change the major even you are senior. So I highly recommend in the first few years just try a different thing and learn, study that what your strength and what you really want to do. If you are, my strength is in soft skill area, I'm really interested in business and marketing, go for it. But you need to plan ahead of the time. You cannot wait till you graduate to find a job. That will decrease the chance that you can get your OPT in 1 year as well as the sponsorship. And the other important thing that actually no one talked to me before is that you need to find a job that aligns to your major to increase the chance to get to the sponsorship route, because the company need to prove that they need your skill and expertise in order to sponsor you, because they will ask the basic question, why within million in the US, why you need to sponsor this specific person? And if you just graduate and have 1 year experience, then how you gonna prove it? And one of the things that take you some advantage is that whatever you did with all the internship and the major is aligned to whatever you do right now. It can be a foundation to back up your skill set or anything else. So keep it in mind. So step number 2, you will need to plan ahead of time. For example, like me, I only have 1 year after OPT to legally work in the US. So during that 1 year, I have to build connection, set a foundation, prove my skill set, and a thousand more things that for the company consider that I am not easy to replace by other people, so they have a desire to sponsor me. So That means you need some real world having an internship earlier during your career, or learning some skill that not um, uh, like included in all your college costs will have some advantage for you. For me, I always try to learn new things. I try to work as in a freelance and take internship, and I plan it ever since I'm a freshman. So as an international student, you did not allowed to work legally outside of campus, and despite that, they only pay me minimum wage, but it's really sad without any tips. But I did establish a good relationship with all my tutor, so it's really helpful for your job searching later on. You have to think that how you can advantage yourself compared to all native people who know their language and culture the best. Instead of just waiting until you graduate and freak out about how you're gonna get a job in order to have OPT to stay here to work, and then you will begin to have a lot of voice in your head. It's like, how is possible for me within 1 year that someone want to sponsor me, and how possible that I can make it here? So instead of rushing everything in the end, have no idea what you're gonna do, at least have some planning earlier during your college, because even that is not get you on the 100% right track. You at least know that you're trying your best and you have some preparation. I think the rule of OPT is you need to find a job after you graduate within 90 days, and like even it's you just landed a job 1 day or 2 days before it expired, or you even did not landed a job, at least you take all the advantage that they give you to experience the best in the US. And even with the OPT, within just 1 year like me, what I'm thinking is I already studied here for 4 years, so it is definitely worth it for me to just try my best and work here even with 1 year. That's a real world experience. There's a lot of relationship development. There's a lot of skill that I learned out of the scope of college student. Hard working is take you in much longer path than just the outcome of the thing that just happened right now. Step number 3, you have to get yourself familiar to a reject situation. When in job searching and interview stage, you will see a lot of job descriptions said that, oh, we are not in a situation who want to sponsor anyone, blah blah blah. When you interview with a manager, they will ask you about your visa status, and they will say like, we so sorry, we not sponsor at this moment. So this is not something that's surprise, and you have to know that they make decision based on why they have to pay more and go through all the legal document, which a short-term employee. So you need to prepare yourself and give your best shot if they open to sponsor, but you also need to be very clear and direct that this is my situation. I only leave to work here for a year, and then you need to sponsor me to continue our working relationship. It's very tough, and you will have a lot of denial, but it's normal. Even you have to think, even native people, they also face a lot of rejection too. So it is normal for us because our chance is even smaller. If you successfully landed to a job, you need to be clear and straightforward about how it's gonna work for you after a year, because in order to sponsor you, there's company need to follow a very specific timeline from USCIS, and they also have to brief a lot of documents, also have to include their legal team to the process, because you cannot do anything besides providing document based on your end for the company. The entire process will be handled by the company, and there's nothing on your end that you can actively submit any document. So you need to be very clear and straightforward with the company, how it gonna work for you in the future. Maybe after you in the company, I would say for 6 months, definitely after trial period for sure. But that is something you have to keep in mind too, because it's not like, oh, I want to sponsor you and then we will submit all document tomorrow and that's working. It's have a deadline and a timeline. So you should research carefully about it in order to bring the conversation to your manager or your company. So step 4 is you have a lot of luck. I know you will ask, you were wondering like how the heck with all my effort and all my hard work, now you said that it's all depend on work. That's how a system work, because USCIS, they did not have a very detailed guide of how you can get a H-1B visa after you qualify. By first, the company sponsor you, and second, you and the company provide all the necessary document and it's qualified. Then you join the lottery route. They said that they randomly selected people who can get H1B, and I know it's just like when I just heard about how it works, I feel kind of mad, because with all the effort we're putting into something, our future is depend on uncertain and luck. But it is what it is at the end of the day. So for example, there's 200k people join and qualify the first round, then the lottery round they will randomly selected, I would say 10%, 15%, really depend on that year too. So you only know how many percentage that they decide, and it's different every year. My story is I actually failed the first round of lottery and got it in second round. So how it work is after a pupil who were selected in the first round, they move to the final process, but maybe during that process they do a background check, require additional document, and they might not qualify. So that's how they do a second round lottery. And somehow because my company did not give up and I also did not give up, so we got lucky. I'm very grateful about that. The main thing that I want to talk about is that I'm grateful for the opportunity for sure. But when I failed the first round, I did not feel angry or I did not feel mad why I'm not selected, what is happening and all this stuff. But it's more like what I'm gonna do with my future. Like at that, after your visa expire, then you don't have a lot of options, especially someone like me who come here to study by myself. And I study by myself and I searching for master degree option, which is I can extend my stay, but I'm an international student. Don't have a lot of freedom. I'm not a citizen, so I cannot get loan from government. I cannot take part-time class. It need to be full-time for my visa, and I cannot work outside of campus, which is also cut out the way that me can making money to pay for my tuition fee. And I am trying so hard to find all the options that I can, but at the end of the day it is what it is, so I accept it. And I already bought a ticket back to Vietnam. I think just before a few weeks that my visa expired, that I heard the news from my company that I got selected. This was crazy. It was a very long journey, and we are human, and it's become harder and harder for us to feel fulfilled and satisfied. I did think a lot about what is actually matter, and it's much more about journey. I'm trying my best to stay here, and I enjoy the process of being independent and working hard and try to become smarter along the way. I met a lot of amazing people who support me. So it's more like about the journey, not the destination. I think it just my destiny to the US did not end yet, so I will still try my best to achieve the next goal in my life. And after you achieve the visa, doesn't mean life is perfect. You will still have a thousand more things that you have to take care in life, and it's really tough as an immigrant who build your life from scratch in the US. So I just want to send some hope to anyone who been through the same thing, and I hope that you guys found a small moment in life and enjoy it and fight for it. So last year I'm able to bring my mom to come to the state to visit me. It's her first time ever. That's her dream the whole life, and that's when I realized that all my hard work is pay off, and life is to make up for all the small moments that I fight so hard for, and it's all worth it at the end of the day. So I hope this can inspire you a little bit, can encourage you a little bit, and I'm here if you guys want to tell your immigrant story.